All right, what's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about the Nexus Firearms receiver for the CZ Scorpion, because this thing is not as bulletproof as you think it is. Now, I say that with air quotes. Let me be straight. I've not had any sort of jams. I've had not any sort of issues in terms of out of battery detonations. This gun has worked 100% of the time out of the 15 to 1600 rounds that I shot through this thing. And I am absolutely astonished with the build quality of the Nexus Firearms receiver and the upgraded bolt. Both items are phenomenal, so I will give Nexus Firearms that. Now, the roller delayed system too is a phenomenal piece as well. It makes this thing shooting feeling like a 9mm, from that direct blowback to, I would have to say, a 22. It really does feel like a 22. This thing does not move. So that roller delayed system really does help. And this thing is phenomenal. I mean, just going ahead and shooting this thing, I have so much fun with it. And I do want a third position on this thing, but I do not want to hurt the reliability of this gun, so I'm just going to keep it where it's at. Probably get a Timney trigger and just put that in here, but I digress. We're not here to talk about that. We're actually here to talk about the receiver in specific, because that roller delayed system actually does have a flaw. And this is a flaw that I noticed back when I was just messing with the thing earlier today. I was going to make a video about the D50 and how I was being retarded unloading this thing, because I'm going to get arthritis in my thumbs, and I'll tell you how in a little bit. But when I was going ahead and just messing with the thing, I noticed that the roller delayed system screws, or I'll just call them bearing nuts. When I was looking at the bearing nuts, I noticed that one of them was backed out. Not this one, but this one was backing out, and it was protruding a lot, whereas this one was not. This one is actually where it's supposed to be at. It's almost flush with the wall, but yeah, that's where it's supposed to be at, not halfway out. Now I say halfway out, I'm over exaggerating that, but I did notice that one of the threads was exposed on the screw. So with that being said, went ahead and took a hex key, and not a hex key, a hex screw, and went ahead and just tightened her up a little bit. Don't go too far. In fact, the way I would suggest you guys doing it is make sure that the bolt is back, so that way it's pressed up against the bearing, and then just go ahead and tighten it, and make sure, like, if you get some resistance, don't tighten it too much after that, because you need to make sure that when it cycles, it's not having any issues. So yeah, that's what I suggest, just to ensure that you don't have any issues. But anyway, yeah, make sure those screws are not, I repeat, not backing out too far, because that is exactly what is holding that bearing inside there that is essentially acting as the roller delayed system. If you lose that bearing, this thing turns into the direct blowback that it used to be, which there's really nothing wrong with it. It's just when it comes to follow-up shots, you do have to give it some time to reset. And what I mean by that is you have to, for me, I have an optic now, you have to wait for that dot to go back down before you shoot. Whereas the roller delayed system, the dot is a lot flatter. You don't have to worry about it as much. So that's something that I do enjoy about this roller delayed system. With that being said, just keep an eye on that screw, and this screw right here. Make sure they're not backing out too far, because if they are, then you're gonna have some serious issues later on. So yeah, just keep an eye on it. With that being said, I also got the HBI charging handle, extended charging handle, and I got a BCM angled foregrip for this thing. Absolute fun. I love this thing now, and the charging handle makes things so much easier. The polymer charging handle was a pain in the butt to try to rack the thing. So yeah, bit of a pain, but oh well. I fixed that issue. And now to move on to this thing right here. So let me just give you some insight. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to demonstrate it. I do have it on my Instagram though, on how I was loading it. If you want to check it out, it's the same thing as my YouTube channel, L86END Legend. But yeah, so anyway, basically I was pressing down on this little charging handle right here, right? You press down, push it all the way. Then you put the round up top. Now what I was doing was, as I was pressing down, you know, on the charging handle, I was pressing down on the round, and when it wasn't going in, I was wondering why it wasn't going in, and my thumbs were killing me. So I was like, I need to take a break. So I took a break, and I went ahead and went on Magpul's website to try to figure out how we load these things. And it didn't help me, because I either wasn't paying attention right or whatnot, but I was looking at this dude and he was making it look like he was doing it with ease. And I was just like, man, how do you do it? Because I'm over here struggling. Turns out, as you're putting pressure on the top round and the feed on the feed lips, go ahead and let go of the charging handle and keep pressure on that round, because it's going to keep it's going to keep it. You're going to hear some clicks. That's just it doing its own thing. And then you go ahead, and as you're putting more pressure on it, press the lever, keep pressing the lever until the round actually goes in. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate it for you guys. So, you see, we have the 50th round right here. So I'm going to go ahead and press the lever all the way down. So I'm going to try to do this as best as I can. Shit. So as you can see, I have the lever. Oh. I'm going to have the lever pressed all the way down. Okay, I'm just going to do that with my fingers. And then you notice it just falls right out. Well, that's because you got to press it, let go. As you're putting more pressure, just keep doing it until it fits into the feed ramp, or not the feed lips. And there you go. You just keep ratcheting it until that round goes in. See, my dumbass was just like, okay, hold it, press the round. Hold it, press the round. And I did that for 46 rounds till my thumbs were giving in. And I was like, dude, I can load mags left and right. Pistol mags, rifle mags, these mags, no issues whatsoever. This mag is the worst design ever, until I recognized, oh, I'm doing it fucking wrong. So, yeah. That's what you got to do, guys. That's why I was having an issue. Anyway, y'all have a great day, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Love y'all. God bless.